this video, I find some wheels on Marketplace. It turns out to be quite the adventure, this set of wheels. I've always wanted these Harley Edition wheels for the F-150 that we've had for 17 years. And it was quite the experience. Well, I must say, ever since I found these tires on Marketplace, wheels, I mean these Harley Davidson Edition wheels, saw them on Marketplace for 200 bucks. Wow, 200 bucks. I've always wanted a set of those. So I call the guy up, or I text the guy. He says, well, I'm at work. I work from 6 a.m. till 5 p.m. You'll have to come get them after 5 p.m. It's in Evansville. It's about 100 miles from here. And I go, oh, nah. I really don't want to be that far away from the house that late. So he says, well, how about tomorrow I meet you halfway when I get off work? I said, okay, cool. So the next day, I'm excited. Gonna get some Harley Edition wheels. I get halfway up there. He texts me. He says, oh, my truck broke down. I'm gonna have to have it towed home. I guess you'll have to try to come get them on Saturday. I said, just give me your address. So I get up there. It's after dark. And he said, just go around in the alley. Around in the alley after dark. I didn't take any of the warning signs. I go and the tires are covered in mud and filth. Really can't tell. So I just hope for the best. Load them up. Give the guy 200 bucks and head on home. Next day I wash them up and see each wheel had bends in them. And so I was like, oh crap. Buying wheels from some guy you don't know 100 miles away from your house in a dark alley. How dumb can you get, right? So, but just hold on. The story don't get any better from there. So the next day, I get on the internet and I find wheel repair. He works all over the area. He's got a mobile business. He said he'd meet me between here and halfway between Evansville. Oh boy, here we go again, right? So the guy meets me halfway between Owensboro, picks up my wheels, and it's a one-day job. He'd call me later this afternoon. So that was at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, cool. So I take off at 2 o'clock because he said he'd get off work at 3. So at 3 o'clock, he says, can you meet me up by Seabury, which is another 10, 15 miles. I said, sure, no problem. So I get up there, pick them up, and the tires weren't taken off of them. And I thought for sure he'd have to take the tires off to fix those dents in those wheels, right? Well, apparently not. So he said he was able to fix them. Again, here it was, getting late, so paid the guy 300 bucks and went home. The next day I called Walmart and said, hey, can you guys take some tires off some wheels and install some new tires that I got off the internet on these wheels. Oh, sure. So bring them on up. So I bring them up. They take everything inside. I'm walking around killing time at Walmart. Ring, ring, my phone goes off, and I go back there. They said, those tires are on those wheels, man, are too small. We can't get them off. I said, oh, are you kidding me? So, and I did know when I ordered new wheels and tires that those weren't the right size tires. I ordered the right size tires. The ones they had on there were like a 225, and the original size was 275, and they were supposed to be 275 by 45, and they were like 245 by 30 or something like that. Anyway, so I take them home. I'd never done anything like this before, so check them out. I took a sawzall, took a drill, drilled a hole in it, and took a sawzall and cut around, and took and cut the bands. And of course, I got the wheels off and got some gouges in them. But it looks like the wheels are not in very good shape. They look like they've been ground down before. And of course, you know, the damage on them don't look that great. So guess what? I'm currently into these wheels about $500, plus running up to Evansville. Well, here I thought I was going to get some cheap tire wheels for the truck. Not cheap anymore. Well, there's my old tires. And I took it for a drive. I didn't feel any shaking. But I must tell you that the steering wheel definitely feels heavier. Now, that wheel's probably good 15 pounds heavier than them other ones, maybe. And you can sure feel it in the steering wheel. The steering wheel is much heavier than what it was with them other wheels and tires on. So there she is. There's the after shot. And yeah, we got the before shot recorded earlier. What a hassle these wheels were to get on this ride. So I saw a set of Harley Edition wheels for F-150 for $200. I thought, all right, score. And then the guy was supposed to meet me, and he didn't. So I ended up driving like, I don't know, 50 miles, 60 miles further. It looks good, doesn't it? And for an old F-150. And so anyway, you guys know the story. So after chasing them down and then finding out that the wheels were all bent, every one of them were bent, was able to get a company to straighten them, a mobile company, and they was able to get them taken care of. And then I took them to Walmart, and they couldn't get the tires off because they were too small. And that's why the wheels were dented, because they had too small tires on there. There was no protection from the potholes. So I brought the wheels home, cut the tires off, and took them back down there. They were able to get them mounted and balanced, and everything said I had to have a different set of lug nuts. So I stopped by O'Reilly's to get a set of lug nuts, and they said, well, we don't know, there's several different types. I said, well, I don't know either, let me go home. So I go home and pull the hubcaps off, and They were the same lug nuts. So in the end, I guess it turned out. So that's what it looks like, the old F-150. I've had this truck since it was 3 years old. It's 2001, we got it in 2003.